Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Koki Creative. My name is Elena, and today we are doing another speed build. This speed build is actually a collaboration project I did with Aavocadosims. I'll put all of her information in the description box below where you can find this build and where you can check out all of her stuff. Before I even get started with what I'm doing, just like, she's an amazing builder, by the way. I was super thrilled when, I can't remember who asked who, I probably asked her if she wanted to do this with me. And I'm just super happy that I had the opportunity to build something with her. So yeah, so let's get into this build because this build is actually really cool and something that I have never done before. And it's such a funky style. I honestly don't know how many people have done this style before. It is okay, first of all, we are calling it Magical Treehouse. So it's kind of like a mix of, like if you were to take the pack Realm of Magic and Eco Lifestyle and kind of smash them together, that's what this pack style or this build style kind of is. I know that makes absolutely no sense because Eco Lifestyle is very like modern with some rusticy stuff, and then Realm of Magic is like very magic-y, you know, just all that kind of stuff. So I really had fun with this. It's nothing like I've done before, and I just am so happy with the way it turned out. I really hope that she did as well. She did tell me she liked it, so hopefully that is the truth, because I really wanted to take my time with this and do this build justice. You did at the very beginning see the exterior, but we'll get to that a little bit, and also at the very end I do have some photos, but I really wanted you to go check out her video to really get the view of the exterior. But it is gorgeous. The amount of detail she put into it, like all of her builds, they're all very detailed and lots of clutter. And so this one isn't exactly functional. Not all of it is, but no problem. If you do want to make it functional, there are ways to do that. If you want to download this from the gallery and just edit it a little bit, make it functional, you totally can. But since we talked about it, Naho and I, we're like, well, let's not worry about making it functional. So that was super great because I usually make all my builds functional, and this time I could have a field day. Like I could do whatever I want. No rules applied, no play testing. Awesome. So I just kind of let myself play around with clutter. I didn't make it overly cluttered in the interior just because you'll see this shortly. It is very small. It's a big looking build because it's very tall. It's 3 stories and then a basement, but overall it's pretty small, like the surface area, and it's also on a diagonal. Now, if you are a Sims builder, you know that building on a diagonal is a pain in the butt. So that was super fun, but decorating it was at first slightly challenging, but once I took a step back, I looked at the layout, I figured it out. So I'm really happy that I was able to fit everything that you technically need in a home in this home: a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room, and a bedroom. Got it. And even some outdoor areas. So here we're moving up to the first story technically, because the first story is actually logs. It looks really cute. So this is the first story. Technically, it is the living room. I used a lot of the Realm of Magic chairs, which I've never really used before. I use the chairs, but I never use the couch because it's very magic-y looking, but it actually fit really well in this space since we were kind of going for this like modern magic look. I mean, I really don't have a word to describe it. I don't. I'm sure you guys have a word. If you have a word, let me know in the description box below. But because it is such a crazy different build, I wanted to keep it very neutral in the interior. The exterior has this beautiful wallpaper from Realm of Magic. I say wallpaper, it's like brick, and it is a neutral color. So I really wanted to bring that color palette into the interior. You will see it in a little bit, but it's just super fun and colorful on the outside with the flowers that I wanted the interior to be really neutral. So when you look out, that's where the color comes from, is from the outside. Because this build, as much as I love building and stuff, it more is about the landscaping and the whole indoor outdoor living. Like in this living room, I absolutely love the way she put those big archways all along because it just made you feel like you're outside and inside at the same time. I did add a TV area just because I felt like, oh, just a little place for them to sit back and watch TV, but I wanted to be a small TV. I wanted them to focus more on like reading books, because I mean, like, look at this place. Like, this definitely looks like a place you'd grab a book and you would read, you get all cozy in this living room. I always try to imagine myself in the build that I'm doing. I'm like, okay, how would I live in this house? Definitely get really comfy in the living room, read a couple books, imagine a nice rainy day, maybe you get some blinds if it were a rainy day, but in The Sims you're protected, so that's all that matters. But I wanted to add really cute clutter that all kind of match with one another. Sometimes it's hard to find like really good neutral clutter as well, so I went with like some of the base game stuff. There's like that hand for art people. I'm sure there's a good name for it, but I used that and a couple other things. Now we're moving on to the kitchen, and I edited a good bit of this out because it took me a second to find the layout for this bad boy. But I did end up figuring out a layout that worked. Thank goodness. I was able to fit the whole kitchen and a seating area to eat your food and even a little chair. So somehow I managed to get it to all work. I don't know how, but I really wanted to have some overhead cabinetry, but there wasn't room, so I used open shelving, which kind of fit with the vibe of this a little better than closed cabinets. So I'm glad that it kind of forced me to do that. So yay! Also, I put a Realm of Magic broom on the wall. I usually use the one from Laundry Day. If you have Laundry Day, you know what I'm talking about. But I have been recently playing around with the Realm of Magic brooms because they come with a couple different brooms, and they're all in the hidden objects or debug, and they're super cute. There's a couple different ones. Your Sims can ride around on them, but you can use them as decor on your wall, and I just think it's the most adorable thing. So I've been using that, and I like how it doesn't have, because the one from Laundry Day has really colorful dustpan, and I just wanted the broom because I felt like that would match a little bit more. And so this is where I put the seating area. I just love these round tables. I love round tables. I think they're the most adorable things because they don't go up against the wall all weird. Does that make sense? Because this is in front of a window, so I don't want to put a square wall in front of the window. I want to put a circle wall or a circle table. Wow, said the wrong word there. But yeah, so if you look at a lot of my builds and you go into their dining room, you're going to see a lot of circle tables. I don't even have a table in my own house, so living vicariously through my Sims. So after I've kind of figured out the whole layout, this is when I start making it pretty, doing all the decor, and I try to do as much as I can in here. Again, it's not exactly playable, but if you do move some stuff around, it will function, just FYI. I did put a lot of like kitchen clutter, obviously as open shelves, so I wanted to use that for decor and all that wonderful stuff. I did use some crystals in here because I think I only used one, but it does feel like a build that would have lots of crystals because it's magic. And I love using these eco lifestyle windows as like shelves. I think it's so cute. But the only thing about using them as shelves is they're very testy. You really have to play around. I edited out this I wanted to put a lot more on these shelves. Window shelves, let me tell you. You would have seen me struggle like crazy if I were to keep the whole video in, but I ended up just putting a couple things on the shelves just because the game doesn't want you to put things there because it's technically on a wall, so you do what you gotta do. I made it work. You have to put things on the very edge of it. You can't really put it on the outside, if that makes any sense. You're probably like, what are you talking about? Just talking about windows. But here we are using a lot of clutter from Cool Kitchen and Dine Out. Those are my two favorite packs for kitchen clutter. I would love maybe one more pack for kitchen clutter. I don't know. That would be fantastic. But for now, it's like my favorite pack to use. Are the two my favorite packs to use. I also used a lot of eco lifestyle in this. As you can see, I'm adding the candles, which I love, and then these debug items like glasses that don't go bad. Oh, thank you. Finally. Like, we needed those. I would love some more of that, but you know, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to accept that we've got that. I'm happy. Makes me very happy. And then I just add a little extra clutter to the shelves here, and to the countertops, just making it a little bit more cozy. And then just, I don't know why I have to add this every time. I like to make it as realistic as possible. Like, what would my kitchen have? Yes, it would definitely have something to stir pots and, you know, I can't think of the words for the spatulas. There you go. Stuff like that. And I wanted to still have like that witchy kind of old-fashioned vibe. So I have this really rustic island. It's actually just an end table, but I think it works pretty well. I used something from Dino. As you can see, that wooden maybe cutting board, maybe plate. It could go bad. I'm sorry if it goes bad. But I just think it's so pretty. I've been doing that a lot lately. I should check to see if it goes bad because that annoys me like crazy. But I just think it looks so pretty right there as like a little, I don't know, decorative object. Just doing something that looks different. And now we are moving on to the third and final story. It is the bedroom. And this bedroom was not easy to figure out the layout. Mostly because I just didn't want a twin bed. I wanted a full bed in this bedroom, and as you can see, it is pretty small and it's on a diagonal, and there's a ladder right in the middle of the room. So I ended up finding this little nook I could fit this bed in. Super pumped. And this bed is probably like my favorite bed in the entire game. It's a big deal for me because I always have kind of had a love-hate relationship with most of the beds. Finally, we get a bed with a lot of texture to it. That's really beautiful. It comes with neutral palette or neutral tones and colorful tones. Something I've been wanting for a really long time. So yay for me. But then I added full walls around the ladder because it kind of gave the room just a little bit more to play with. Since this room is surrounded by windows, which is beautiful, by the way, I still wanted an opportunity to hang some art and stuff like that. So I added a mirror, one of my favorite mirrors from Jungle Adventure, by the way, or favorite mirrors in the whole game. It's from Jungle Adventure. It's beautiful. It is technically it looks like it's hanging against the wall, but it is a wall mirror, if that makes sense. If you play the game, you probably know what I mean. And then I add just a little bit of clutter. I have been putting little bird houses a lot in my builds, just because I think they're just adorable. And I like birds. I grew up in a weird bird family. We had a lot of birds and we bred birds. So I really like birds. So I think bird houses are just adorable. And then I added the eco lifestyle end table to the end of the bed, almost like it was a place where the sim can write down their spells at the end of the day. You know, when you're like imagining things in your head and you're like, oh yeah, the witch lady who lives here definitely writes her spells in this book. Like, you can't even do that in the game, but you know, I use my imagination. And then here I'm just adding the rest of the decor for the bedroom. I do 2 outdoor areas as well in this build, which I'm super happy I got the opportunity to do that because I love doing like patios and I love doing like outdoor areas. I've been getting better at them. It's something I've been practicing at. Like things I'm pretty comfortable with, like kitchens and bedrooms, but when it comes to like these outdoor areas, here we are, I want to get better at them. So I was really happy that she kind of left me 2 open spots to play with. And here I've never really used this outdoor retreat couch, I guess, bench, that's the best word, before, and I'm so glad that it fit with this vibe. Like, I just love the way that turned out. And then I wanted a little painting area. As you can see, I struggled with trying to figure out exactly how to put the painting area, but I did settle on like this corner here because it just felt like whoever would live here would definitely be painter, especially up high in this like tower. Could you imagine? This is on, I put this in Oasis Springs, not Oasis Springs, wow. I put this in Windenburg on the little island, and oh my God, the views there are gorgeous. So they would definitely paint. Here I'm just finishing up the rest of the build, and this is where I'm going to sign off today. You can watch the rest. It's just a little seating area. But thank you guys so much for watching today. I really, really appreciate it. If you like this video, maybe give it a thumbs up. Maybe leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you didn't like this video, don't worry. You'll never have to watch another one of my videos again. It does not offend me at all. But I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye!